Because I'm quite a small female and you're quite big, I'm going to place you in handcuffs because you're an unknown risk to me, okay? So
right, does it have to be a male? You're not stopping recording?
No.
Handcuffs up by anybody.
That you're filming today?
Well, at the minute, them.
Him? Just
No, not him. The gatehouse.
Oh, the gatehouse?
Yeah, because I was just walking up and down taking pictures.
Yeah.
I was actually hoping to get a police car with the blue lights coming out.
Yeah.
I've got that now, but you felt the shot anyway.
Okay.
And the gentleman come out and committed a public section 5 public order offence.
Okay, what happened?
He said I'm not allowed to film.
Yeah.
And I explained to him I'm on a public road,
yeah,
so I can film.
Yeah.
And he called me an effing idiot, and it's all on film.
Right, okay. The gentleman in the...
Yeah, he had a security coat on with a big beard.
Right, okay, and you've got that on film?
I have, yeah.
Okay. What, are you wanting us to do anything about that? Were you planning on reporting it, or...?
I've just reported it to you, haven't I?
Right. At the moment, obviously, I'll deal with what you've just reported to me. Okay,
yep.
We'll take that into consideration. But we've had a report before anything of that has come through that there's been a male walking around with a balaclava on. Okay?
It's not a balaclava.
Okay, that's the report we've had. Okay,
right.
Because you are matching that description.
Yep.
I'm detaining you for a stop search under section 1 of PACE. Okay.
Really?
On the fact that sort of equipment. Okay.
So what's your reasonable grounds?
My grounds are
that I'm wearing a balaclava, which isn't a balaclava.
Okay. You match the description. You are covered in your face. Okay.
It begins as a routine complaint from a man lawfully filming on a public road reporting verbal abuse from a security guard, all captured on camera, but within moments the attention shifts and he becomes the focus, instead labeled as suspicious because his face is covered, mistaken for a balaclava, and suddenly surrounded and detained under section 1 not due to any behavior or evidence but purely on appearance as officers work backward to justify the stop by mentioning vague possibilities like theft or equipment, turning lawful filming into grounds for search, and in that moment the flaw becomes clear. This isn't proactive policing, it's assumption-based enforcement where detention comes first and justification follows, causing the entire stop to collapse not because it was poorly managed, but because it was never lawful in the first place.
Going equipped, that sort of thing.
Okay.
That sort of equipment can be used for that. Okay.
Right, so what are you looking for then, particularly?
So any further equipment that could be used for in the course of conducting an offence such as theft or going equipped, okay?
Alright.
So because
you do realise you'll get a civil claim over this?
Okay, that's fine,
yeah.
Right, because I'm quite a small female and you're quite big, I'm going to place you in handcuffs because you're an unknown risk to me, okay? So
right, does it have to be a male? You're not stopping recording?
No.
Handcuffs up by anybody.
Yeah.
What are you doing holding the handcuffs?
I'm just doing like that, holding your handcuffs. I need an explanation.
Well, it does. Look at your nails, you nearly scratched me with them.
Used as a weapon, can't they?
Can they? What, when I'm in handcuffs? I can assure you now I'm going to cooperate. I don't agree to the search and I don't consent to the search, I'll make that clear.
You don't have to consent
to it, okay? I've detained you in section 1 of PACE, you don't have to agree to it, it's
yeah,
not a voluntary thing, okay? Right, will you want a copy of the stop search record?
Yes, I will.
Sorry, can you hold them for me while I just... Sorry.
Honestly, I'm not going to try and break out.
Yeah, but as
I'm not going to get far, am I? It's with a face covering.
Okay.
That's the offence.
What's your name, sorry, just so I can...
I don't give my name.
Okay. So I need it to complete the form, and also if you want to process your complaint about the public order thing, I'll need your details anyway.
Right. You can just call me FT.
FT, okay. I'm going to need more than that if you want me to deal with that complaint.
No.
Because I can't deal with that.
So you don't want to make a complaint about the section 5 public order offence? Because you would need to give your details as a victim.
Alright, so if there's a murder and the person's dead, how do they make a complaint? Do they give their name? I don't think so.
That's quite a different situation.
Is it?
And we generally identify...
Right, we're getting on with the search. We've got better things to do than stand here talking around to you muppets.
You didn't have much better things to do because you were standing here filming, weren't you?
You have the grounds to search, explain to you and everything.
Well, yeah, apparently they're looking for, what is it you're looking for? Crowbars? Wow.
Been detained in section 1 of PACE on PC 3096. I'm policing from here, this police station here, Fly Police Station.
Congratulations.
So, been offered a copy of the search record?
I have been offered a copy of the search. You don't need my name for that though.
Stays calm and makes it clear he'll cooperate, but not consent, reminding them that compliance isn't agreement as the justification continues to drift into pure speculation about theft and imaginary tools, turning the search into a fishing expedition rather than a lawful stop. And even though he's compliant and non-threatening, handcuffs are applied anyway, justified not by behavior but by size and officer anxiety. While the situation grows, more hostile insults are exchanged, and the original order complaint is quietly flipped back onto him, with officers suddenly demanding his name to progress it, as if reporting an offense somehow makes you the suspect, exposing how the stop unravels in real time, not through resistance, but through shifting grounds, convenience policing, and a complete misunderstanding of consent, risk, and lawful authority.
It's the top cuff's going to come off first.
Shouldn't have been put on really, should it?
When you're detained for a search, it's the officer's choice whether to put you in handcuffs, but we are legally allowed to do so.
We'll see. Just so you can witness the markings on my hand.
Yep.
I'll go towards the Thank you. 1, 2, 3, 4 police cars. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 police officers. We all constables. No detectives here, is there? No inspectors. Couldn't detect anything, could they? What I might do later, I might film all these registrations in here as well. Alright. I'll probably just put them on the internet.
What are you going to do that for?
Because I like taking videos and putting them on the internet.
People's registrations of the vehicle.
It's not illegal though, is it?
Film wherever you want.
Exactly. Wear the thin blue line badge then. Part of the gang. Do you know more people, the public, have died in police custody in the last 30 years than police officers have died on active duty in the last 100 years. Where's your badge for that? Silence. Feel proud today. Done a good job today. Go home and tell the children.
I advise you that your actions could be construed as hostile reconnaissance towards terrorism.
What? I just said you've done a good job today.
Police personal vehicles.
Hostile.
For the purpose of putting them on
Terrorism.
whatever reason.
Oh, go on, keep digging that hole.
It's hostile reconnaissance for terrorism offences.
Hostile. If I was hostile reconnaissance, I wouldn't be overt, would I?
No.
I'd be
you don't understand
covert.
what hostile reconnaissance means. It's all right.
You're allowed to do reconnaissance. If I wanted to, I could map all this ground.
It could be construed as committing hostile reconnaissance for terrorism offences. I'm just making you aware.
Right, okay, let me make you aware of this. If you think I'm a terrorist, you should leave me alone and contact the anti-terrorism squad. Because if you thought I was a terrorist, you wouldn't all come up to me like this, would you?
The pressure builds, demands for personal details appear only once officers lose patience, revealing that Section 5 isn't about public order at all, but about regaining control by reframing the complainant as the problem. And although the cuffs are eventually removed, the marks they leave behind tell their own story, because restraint that leaves visible damage stops being about safety and starts looking like punishment, and just as the search ends with nothing found, the contradiction land. Quietly, when an officer admits filming vehicles is perfectly legal, instantly collapsing the entire encounter before the situation spirals further into absurdity with vague references to terrorism and hostile reconnaissance, exposing the final truth. This was never about crime, threat, or law, but about authority reacting badly to being recorded and watching rights disappear simply because they were exercised.
Be construed as hostile reconnaissance.
I've had enough of you now, off your pop. Not talking to you anymore, talk rubbish.
You can be here.
Oh yeah, I know you can. But I can tell you to off your pop. Anybody filming?
Yep.
Yeah. Oh, you're supposed to tell me at the first available opportunity. That's part of your policy. You don't even know your own policy. Oh dear, dear, dear. Can you just inform him that if he swears at me again, I will press charges?
I'm watching too much American TV. You don't press charges.
Alright, then I'll file a claim.
Do you want your copy?
Yes, I do.
There you go. Right, he's having a word with him, okay? I will leave you to it. But
Should have left me to it in the first place.
no, we had grounds to stop and speak to you instead.
I don't think you did.
Okay, that's fine. Be mindful of what my colleagues just said to you, okay?
What, that I'm a terrorist? If you thought I was a terrorist, you should act on it now. Off your pot. Off your pot. Off your pot. See you later.
Right, so stand here all day.
Alright, cool. Yeah, see? Knew you'd leave first.
Oh, thank you.
Wait, you're going to the shop to buy some polish for your boots? Not seen a bit of polish in years then?
There are no real markers here, no hostile intent, just a camera, and officers uncomfortable with being observed. And when terrorism language is casually dropped, it doesn't add gravity, it exposes how empty the stop really is, because if there were a genuine concern, it would trigger specialist action, not vague warnings, and then silence, and that silence says everything as the encounter drifts into sarcasm, frustration, and eventual disengagement once nothing is found, confirming this was never about crime but about control from the very start, treating lawful filming as something to manage rather than a right to respect, turning clothing into suspicion and transparency into threat, until it ends the only way it could not, with accountability on the street, but later quietly with a payout, proving the stop didn't survive scrutiny once the cameras were gone.